Check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1. Okay. It is Monday, June 29th, 2026. It is 10:06 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and we are going to be tracking these relatively weak storms as they do start to die off as we head into the after hours. Thought it'd be good just to give everyone a general overview of what they can expect, though, especially since it's late at night. So, Nebraska, we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings, nothing to be too concerned about. You might have a little bit of broad rotation. Nothing I would say is concerning or tornadic. Over into Minnesota, we do have quite a bit of severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, nothing too concerning. Up north, though, we were having a little bit of rotation. Nothing that was of course super concerning. So over here, this was the rotation that we were looking at. It has broadened out a lot more. So let's take a look at what we can expect in the after hours. Let's go over to our models. Let's go to the where is it? I'm so sorry. So we can expect overnight for these storms to, this is more of an aggressive model, but we can see these storms start to pan out. And then into Tuesday, we do have this new severe thunderstorm that was issued in Nebraska. Let me take a look at this. I believe it's this one right here. Again, nothing too concerning. I think the main threat's just going to be winds and large hail. As you can see, the black, that's going to be your larger hail cores. Pink being small hail, if any. We've got another severe thunderstorm warning issued. Is that also in Nebraska? Oh, it's this one right here. Again, not much in terms of rotation. This might be an area to keep an eye out for, but it's nothing too concerning in my opinion. No tornado possible tagged or any of that, so don't think they expect it to be tornadic. Let's go back over to Minnesota. Is this the considerable? They decided to let this severe thunderstorm warning expire. I'm actually curious about this might be an area to possibly keep an eye out for. It isn't super aligned. Definitely some strong winds in there. You've got your upward of 30 mile per hour. Yeah, you've got your right there. 31 is the max that it was measured, so just keep an eye out for that. You've got some strong winds headed your way. You do have some very powerful storms over, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Bemidji, maybe? Bagley, and headed over towards the Red Lake. Those are very strong, lots of heavy rain associated with this storm, so be prepared for that. This is going to be your considerable severe thunderstorm warning, so this one is one of the more powerful ones that we'll probably see tonight. Got maybe a little bit of rotation there. What about down? Going back over to Nebraska. You still got that severe thunderstorm warning. So you're not out of the clear yet. Around the North Loop area, you are probably seeing the heaviest of the storms. Greeley Center, you're about to get hit pretty hard, so be prepared for that. Got a little bit of stray storms over near Worthington. Nothing too crazy and nothing severe, of course. So if you hear storms over there, you're fine. Just going to be a little bit of heavy rain for the next 15 or so minutes for you. Still keeping my eye on this storm right here. That's a great still camera that they have. You know, if you're gonna have a still camera, at least make it good quality. That's terrible. This one's definitely dying off. Quite a bit. Rosal. Um, you're probably going to see a little bit of heavy storms, but nothing crazy. Now, what in the world are we seeing here? No, I know this is beta, but I uh, uh, I'm at a loss for words. That was terrible identification there. You're not clear here yet. There is still a bit of rotation. It is very broad. But it could produce a spin-up tornado. Let's take a look over. Let's just take a look at the rain altogether. A little bit of storms in Texas, nothing too crazy. Again, all these storms should start to weaken out, especially as the night goes on. Looks like they're gonna let that one expire over there. I'm still concerned about this storm right here. Looks like it's trying to produce a little hook. Our considerable severe thunderstorm warning was updated in, I believe that's Minnesota. I think it's this one. Ooh, that's looking like it's trying to produce a little hook. Are we in like a... I mean, it's very broad. We're not super close to our radar, so it's gonna be very hard to tell. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning issued in Nebraska. It's gonna be this one over here. Looks like that threat is also gonna be a bit of hail. You guys are still not out of this severe weather yet. You still have this tornado watch for 3 more hours. In Minnesota. wonder if we can see anything from this camera now. Nope, still very bad. Is this newly issued? Wind 50 to 55 miles an hour with a little bit of hail. How are they? They're issuing it outside of the... Oh, I know why. It's because the National Weather Service, the nearest one over here, they've got it bordered off weirdly because it's different people issuing these warnings. They're different locations. We've got currently 7 severe thunderstorm warnings. This one's still looking very, very interesting in my opinion. No, that's probably just because of how far we are. But I really don't like that this is trying to hook. They did go ahead and extend it, just as I thought. And they did tag it with a tornado possible. So this is going to be something that we do need to keep an eye out for, especially as it's trying to hook. That is your classic sign of a tornado trying to form. And it is also a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. This is gonna have my eye quite a bit, especially because of that hook. I'm not too worried though, just because of the atmosphere and how it's panning out. They decide finally to update this one. Like, dog, it's almost out of your area. Source was train spotters reported. Yeah. 2 years later. Sorry, I'm not trying to crap on them. It's just, this is like your classic, like, sign of it trying to form a tornado. Especially, like, this area. And it's also this area, too. This is, like, this was, like, what drew my attention. Unfortunately, we are starting to get a little bit further away from that station, so it's going to be a lot harder to get a clear picture. Let's go back up to this one. Just a lot of heavy rain. Vaguely, you're probably feeling it. Pretty heavy right now. You've got about 15 minutes left. God, I mean, it's definitely looking a lot weaker, in my opinion. Like, it's starting to fray away a bit. But it still looks decent. There is a lot of lightning with this, I am noticing. Updated. Couldn't see that. Considerable storm warning issued in Minnesota. We also do have this new one in North Dakota. Nothing too concerning as far as rotation wise. Just a lot of heavy rain. And honestly, you're not even getting it super crazy. Those winds are a little strong, though. 60 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour. So make sure if you have anything that's could easily fly away in the wind outside, make sure you secure that if this storm is headed towards you. Otherwise, you can say hasta la vista to it. Very broad rotation. Nothing I would say is too concerning. Extended it up into and removed the tornado possible with the new one. I'm not sure why they quite issued it yet. Just maybe to be cautious, I guess. Yeah, see, it's starting to stray off a little bit. You can see that hook is a lot less defined, which is definitely a good thing if you're trying to avoid a tornado. It's just much more broad. You can just see where that main area of the storm is. So let's go back down here to Nebraska. We've got half-dollar sized hail. Oh no, they say ping pong sized hail. I think that's a little bit bigger than half-dollar sized. So, Greeley Center, be prepared for some of that big hail. Try and get your car into a building that has a roof over it, like a garage or a parking garage if you're near one. Otherwise, that windshield might not be looking super good for you, if that's something you're concerned about. They extended that warning. Sorry, I think they just updated it. Got those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is my main area of concern right now. We will... Yeah, you can see it just looks so unorganized now. I would love to see the surface-based cape. So it's still got relatively this is kind of looking interesting over here. This is a lot less strong. As you can see, it's not really prime for those storms anymore. That makes sense since they are weakening a bit too. I would honestly be more concerned about these. Don't know why they're saying am I just not seeing data? I don't know why they have a 64% there. We have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning issued for Nebraska. Let's go down there. Is this it? Yeah, that one was it. Maybe even some rotation. Ooh, it does look like there's trying to be a little mini hook there. Let's see if I can get reflectivity X. Yeah, that just looks a mess. It's because it's so far away from the radar station. I can't even get a scan in there. If there is any rotation, it's going to be right about there. Very broad. It's also very unorganized right now. If it does decide to hook, tornado prob severe thunderstorm warning updated. Where was that updated? This one? Updated. Nope. Not that one. Do we have a new one? Oh, is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. If you saw, this one earlier was not what I was trying to do. This one here was trying to hook like this. See, all of these are trying to update on me, and I'm just gonna ignore them. It's trying to hook like that, which is your classic sign of a tornado. Trying to form. But now it's just kind of straight lined, so you'll see it's just blah. Which means it's unorganized, still strong, but nothing too severe. I do have my eye out for this one, though. I think this could... What are these issues? Like, what are these storm issues? Like, what are these polygons? We got a rectangular airplane type thing here. 13 severe warnings, though, is crazy, by the way. And not a single tornado warning, which is a good thing. Is it trying to wrap around again? Oh, well. Maybe. This is a very bad gap. They updated this tornado watch just to be this area. I believe before this was also part of the area. Very weak, very broad. I did think that... Which one was the one that I thought? I think it was down here. If this does try to make a little hook, I could see them issuing a warning for this. but most likely not. Ooh, they made this a I heard a tornado warning. They did issue a tornado warning for this T-prob, which is kind of interesting to me. But I did have my eye from the get-go. That is very messy.
Attention, a new radar-indicated tornado warning has been issued.
Did they issue another one? Do we have two now? Why did it go off twice? That's something I'll have to look at later. We do have this tornado warning here, though. Not really sure what they're seeing. Personally, I think they're probably just issuing this out of precaution, because I thought it was weakening quite a bit. Maybe they're concerned just by the fact of the history of it and how it's been rotating and then not, and then rotating and then not. But I mean, it's very broad, and we're like right in a radar gap, which is fantastic. I wouldn't be too worried about this if I were you. Obviously, take your shelter if you are in the area of this warning. You'll only be in it for about 28 more minutes, and then you can go ahead and come right back out. Cushing, you're gonna be in the direct path of this tornado warning. If you're near Camp Ripley or Fort Ripley, it's kind of towards that area. Gonna be a little bit to your north if you are at Fort Ripley, but either way, you are kind of in the general vicinity of it. If you are near Lake Alexander, I don't know why you'd be out on the lake this late, but we need to be going inside wherever that can be, as the storm heads towards you as well. Think this is gonna be the area. It's really hard to tell just with this radar gap. But I think that's what they're... It's just the polygon is so weird for it being right there. I don't know what they're seeing. Maybe it's this right here. It's probably this right here. It's so broad, so it's hard to pick out a distinct area that they're trying to And maybe that's why. Maybe because there's such a big radar gap. Especially like right here. Maybe they thought that it'd just be better to be on the safe side and issue that a tornado warning. This one also does have that T-prob. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of rotation right here. And it could be potentially trying to hook back. We do have this area of rotation. Maybe this is what they're saying. I would honestly give that a little bit of a warning. If that's not what they are already issuing it for. But it's very broad. I wouldn't be too concerned if you are in direct path, but still be prepared. Take your shelter if you are in the warning. I'm going to go back over to this storm. I also noticed this one earlier seemed like it was trying to wrap around. Got a little bit of a rotation right about here. So something to keep an eye out for. In my opinion. Especially with how strong that thunderstorm is. They decided to extend this tornado warning. So if you are in the path of this, yes, this is going to be right where it's at. Right in this area, right. I made that so big. Right in this area right here. It's very broad. There's multiple areas. One right here is where I would say. And
Attention,
then
a new
right
radar
here
indicated tornado warning has been issued.
well. Then we need to be keeping our eyes out and making sure that we are going into our safe spots. I would say probably right there is probably the main area of rotation. Do we have a camera? We do have a camera looking directly at this storm. Don't know how good it's going to be. It's looking at the ground. Of course it is. We still have power, so that is a good sign. I think that's the one I just looked at. Let's see about this one. Well, maybe not. And this one seems to not want to load. If you are in the direct path, so Crow Wing, you need to be going to shelter now. Baxter, I would be on the safe side. Go ahead and go to your shelter. Brainerd, also go to your shelter. If you're at the airport, I'm sure they're probably already telling you where you need to be going since you guys are under that tornado warning. Riverton, this is going to be headed your way. As this extends on. This is going to be your rotation right in here. And it just updated on me. Great. It's not. Not looking as concerning. But your rotation's going to be right along here. If there is that tornado. They have a tornado. Oh, this is just a massive severe thunderstorm warning. Could be seeing one try to form here too. I got a new considerate severe thunderstorm issued. I think it's gonna be the main threat up here is large hail. Let's just take a look at the next few hours. Go back over to HRR, sorry. As we go on into the night, still gonna see those strong storms. Might see a couple of scattered storms here and there. And into the morning, we're going to see some brief storms in general. A lot of it's going to be in the New York area, where they're going to get the most worst. We could see some heavy rain come into here. And it looks like it'll mostly simmer out by the end of the night. But then over into Nebraska, we've got those strong storms coming up yet again. And it looks like as we approach those morning hours on Wednesday, it looks like Minnesota's going to get hit pretty heavy. And then into the afternoon, we will see it mostly down to the south. Let's go back over to our storms up here. Still got a little bit of brief rotation here. Let's see if those cams are working now. Maybe. Oh, there we go. I think they updated that to make it a considerable alert now. Let's see if... Is it working now? It's not what I meant to click. Ooh, wow. Lots of lightning. They updated it. Golf ball sized hail. So that hail is going to be pretty heavy. These winds are looking very strong too. So keep an eye out. Lots of lightning. So make sure, please, I really hope you guys are slowing down and pulling over if
this
possible.
tornado warning has been
close
updated.
To your house, just be careful. You probably don't want to be in a car right now if possible, especially with this storm. I mean, you can just see how fast that wind is blowing. It is shaking these cameras. Still got a bit of rotation right here near Crow Wing, just to the south of Crow Wing, I should say. This one should expire. I mean, my goodness. You can just see all of that lightning. How strong those winds are, too. We might have a little bit of... Is this the same one? It is. This one is still not working. Let me see if I can pull it up on their site. Ah! They're gonna go ahead and let this one expire at 11:15. I mean, you can see how fast that wind just kind of died off. Like, look at how still the camera is now. Ooh, that's not right
This
there.
tornado warning has been updated.
Not what I meant to do. I'm gonna keep this in mind. We'll keep it up there. Does look like there's trying to produce a little hook right here. Apologies. Yeah, it does look like there's trying to be a little bit of rotation there. Nothing too concerning, honestly. I think they'll probably just let this expire. I think we can go ahead and exit out of this camera. Might be another thing trying to produce right here. Considerable storm warning updated. Let's check back in over here. We haven't given an update over here. Seeing a little bit of rotation potentially. Nothing too crazy. But just something to keep an eye out for. I'm gonna go ahead and let that one expire. Is Brandon going over to this? No, he's going over to the gas station. T-Prob? Where they just... is this the one they just issued? No. Where's the T-Prob they issued? Is this them saying they're letting this expire? Yep. Where's the T-Prob? Is it that? Maybe. No, it's this one. Hello? Overall, I'd say you guys over here in Nebraska are okay. And I would say you guys over here in Minnesota are decent too. It doesn't look super strong or super compelling. It looks just super unorganized. Mumbo jumbo. And it's also because we are pretty far away from the radar station. I believe this right here is going to be your area of rotation. And they're going to go ahead and let this expire. You've got 17 more minutes. Honestly, this is the more interesting area for rotation, I would say. So if you're near the Talief-Paulson wildlife management area, I would go ahead and say you need to be in your safe spot. And then Bay Lake, be prepared to stay in your safe spot too. Lork, you need to be in your safe spot. Riverton, you should be in your safe spot at least for the 16 minutes until this warning expires. Aitken, or Atkin, I don't know which one that is. I would be prepared, have your head on a swivel, because they could extend this, and I would not be surprised if they extend this, considering this storm's history. I mean, that looks... that's looking really bad. And it's getting that classic hook right there. So I would just be cautious. The Talief-Paulson Wildlife Management Area, this is going to be crossing over with you within the next minute or so. You don't have much time. They've issued, or they've updated this severe thunderstorm warning. Just to include the area. Honestly, down here even is kind of a little nutty. But this is going to be your main area of rotation right here. So do be in your safe spot. Luckily, I'm not seeing any debris or anything that would indicate that this tornado is on the ground, but you still want to treat it like it is or has the potential to be on the ground, because it does. It looks like those winds and the velocity of it is increasing and tightening and starting to circulate more. So do be in your safe spot and take this warning seriously. If you are in this path. You've got 12 more minutes. I'm not sure if they'll extend it. If they do, listen to them and take those safe spots. I mean, it is still pretty tight. Gonna go down. Just got a updated area of this tornado warning. I mean, it's
New information.
Still looks
This
like
tornado
it's right
warning
in that
has been
area.
updated.
Oop. Maybe it updated. We did just get an update. Yep, still looks like it's right in that general vicinity. And sure enough, it is. If you're at the Poor Farm Wildlife Management area, this appears it's just passed over you. I'd still stay in your safe spot if you are there for a few more minutes before you come out. Let's go back down here into Nebraska. No, I don't like this. This is kind of catching my eye. See if I can see anything from this still camera right here. No, it's just on the road. Dog. What are the point in those? This has got to be the best view all day, guys. I mean, are you kidding me? What a camera. I'm sure in the morning it looks fine, but it looks atrocious at night. We have 11 severe warnings right now. That one tornado warning still. We still got that rotation. And it actually looks like it's right here. As this storm continues on, you guys got 6 more minutes and you can go, because like what even are we? What are we talking about, dude? Yeah, it looks like that's our area of rotation right there, or around that area. Again, it's very broad. Like even like this area is kind of this area, kind of. It's just very broad. Not sure if we'll get any activity tomorrow. If we do, I'll definitely cover it. This could potentially warrant a tornado warning. I'd say this is on the lower chance side, but it is possible. Let's check up here. I haven't checked up here at all. Definitely some strong storms coming in. This will probably expire relatively soon. If I had to take a guess, they're just gonna let this expire. Though that is looking nasty. This is the rotation I guess I was talking about. I think that's contamination. Personally. Maybe not. Maybe the freaking tornado ID is right. These are just looking like some strong wind, strong hailstorms. These are... Did they just update it or something? Yeah, they just updated that. Probably going to cancel this one soon because it's starting to move outwards of there. Still pretty confident in that. And I think they could issue one. Especially considering this track record. They updated it. Looks like the worst of the hail-wise. It's still a little bit. Looks like there's more of that wind threat. 70 miles per hour. We saw that strong wind with those traffic cameras earlier. I mean, geez, that is strong wind. We've got 45 mile per hour wind. And this is pretty high up into the air too. Because those radars, they go from the ground, then they go up, measuring into the sky. This one's pretty far away from this. Let's see. I can add a little track to it. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. We've got about 75 miles. Wow. So, that doesn't tell you how strong these winds are. I don't know what will. Why is it showing yellow at the top of my map? Oh, as soon as it goes away. There we go. I don't really know what it's saying honestly now. I do see this right here, which is kind of perking me up a little. Thankfully, that tornado warning is gone as well. So, right now, we just have the 9 severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's take a look at the outlooks for tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have a 5% risk of that tornadic activity. Categorical wise, we have a slight risk in the New York area, all the way up into parts of wherever that is, and then even into parts of Kansas now, which is kind of what I was saying about those storms, is that it was gonna pop off later at night. Florida, you guys have, and Georgia, you guys have a general risk. Parts of Texas and into New Mexico, you guys have a general risk. Even places like Ohio and Colorado, you are in the slight risk. Canceling that. So, if a tornado warning pops up tomorrow, you can know where to go. Finally, that thing went away. My goodness. Alright, I'm not seeing anything too crazy, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. If something absolutely wild, like a freaking confirmed tornado, does happen to pop up before I catch some Z's, I'll go back live. But I'm gonna assume that for the most part, it's gonna just calm down quite a bit. I'm not too concerned. Even if there's just a radar indicated, I probably won't come back. So I'll be back on tomorrow, probably around 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Central Time. I'll schedule it so you guys can know when to expect me. Yeah. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Night, y'all.